And we are back in studio. Christine Bentley, Kate Wheeler with you today, along with Vivek Shivhare and Sergio Cottoni, the founders of Vincify.com and VOOFA.ca. Now, before we need to finish this up before we move on to some other web news. Okay, so if you get one of these letters that implies that you are being a victim of a black hat technique, do you contact your webmaster? Do you tell Google? And what's Google doing about it?
Well, Google is taking every step to avoid such kind of spam and frauds that are happening online, and that's why they have created a list of steps that can be followed on Google Webmaster Tool. But I would suggest to go to your web designer or webmaster or whoever, and ask him to follow through those steps in order to avoid such situations.
But what have you done something on one of those self-help websites that you can build your own, and if you're a little bit more clever than we are, what do you do then? If you don't, you go to the person that's hosting it.
Yeah, you can do that as well. What happens is in the back of Google, you have to basically make a list of all the backlinks, the bad backlinks that are coming to your website. So you basically notify Google. So it is a bit technical.
No kidding.
To figure out
my
that
eyes
stuff
are
out.
already glazing over. So basically, if somebody threatens you that you are now making money with your website because you're on page 1, we're going to put you on page 30 if you don't pay us X amount of money. If you're not really well versed in how to handle that technical aspect, go and see a professional right away and get them to deal with Google and
That's right.
help you, because don't pay the money. Right?
Right.
Yeah, don't pay the money, just go to your webmaster and let him
But
do
don't
it.
ignore it, because...
No, you can't ignore that, no.
Okay.
Otherwise you will lose business online.
And that's never good. Now, the other big news, and this is important for us and a lot of our guests and our listeners out there, guest blogging is dead. Really?
Yes, it is dead, and Google came up with their latest algorithm that has the coding that the result of that coding and that algorithm is that if you're doing guest blogging. Now, let me explain you first, what is guest blogging. Mm-hmm. You take the same blog that you have written, right, that exclusive blog, and you try to post that on tons of different websites, like your friend's website, and you call it guest blogging. Now, what happens is, if you remember the days when, there were, email spam was going on, like heavy email spam that you used to receive, like get rich quick tricks and all those kind of things.
That I'm still getting, by the way.
Yeah, that's still going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into that too as well. But then what happened was when Google came up with their algorithm, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess, and suddenly they said that all those kind of spams or spammy website, like if you remember, you used to click on one link on a website and it used to open 10 different windows automatically. If you remember when we started working on the internet,
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the days, right? And when Google came up with their algorithm, they completely removed those kind of websites. So it was a pretty clean search engine results that were there on Google. But later on, when the spammers looked at that and they said, "Oh, you know what? Google is just killing us. We need to find another way." So they started guest blogging. Now, guest blogging is not different from those techniques, because you are pretty much taking the same content and duplicating that over and over again on different websites, creating a series of backlink to your website. Now, that is considered a BlackHat technique. So Google is considering that as a BlackHat technique right now for backlinks.
Okay, so if I write a blog, or one of our guests writes a blog for us, and what should we do to make sure that we're not going to damage her website, our website, and we're not going to get in trouble with Google?
Well, the thing is, you have to keep that blog very exclusive to your website. It has to be posted on only one website at a time. You can't duplicate the content anymore.
You can't even put up like a few lines and then link it to their site? Does that work? Like if you put up like
you can do like an excerpt. You can do a little note, new blog or whatever, link it out. Sure, you can do that, but don't put the whole thing, because what Google wants is they want people to work a little bit more now. It's not just posting one thing everywhere. They want relevant results, because people that use their search engine, they're their customers. So they want to make sure that when you go on there and search for something, that it's relevant.
And that you don't get it 150 times.
Right, exactly.
So what is that going to do to? I mean, there are huge communities of bloggers who have their own website and they blog on certain things, but they share it with other websites that have relevant content or that may want that particular thing that day. So what's that going to do to that whole community?
Well, the thing is, guest blogging wasn't bad, right? It became bad because of the spammers and hackers.
It got abused.
Scammer. It got abused because they created softwares where you can insert one blog, and you will see how that software works. You put that one blog, it will flip all the sentences, up and down. The paragraphs goes up and down, and it will create another blog from the same blog, and they will create a series of thousands of these blogs and post them on different WordPress websites. Now that is what really killed the whole motive of guest blogging, because guest blogging was one of the most beautiful thing I ever found, to help each other.
Yeah,
what?
it's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about money making scams?
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting one. So you receive an email that says, "Hey, I can help you within a week to make $4,000. Get rich quick trick."
At home.
No,
Yeah.
26,000.
26,000. Oh yeah.
26,000 a
Inflation.
week, and my account's already set up, and there's money in there. Just
Oh,
click here.
Waiting for you.
And they start with a nice story. They say, "Hey, if you're on this page and you're listening to or you're watching this video, I'm gonna say show you exactly the way how I made my first $50,000 within a week."
Uh-huh.
And-
By scamming you.
Right? And the worst thing they do, and I don't know why they do that, but it's so. I don't know if I can use the word stupid, but it is very stupid to show your bank account on that video, saying that, "Do you see that encircled amount for $400,000 I made in a month? Do you see this $20,000? Like, who is gonna show his account on a video? But these guys do, and they have a very sob story to begin with. Like, "Oh yeah, I was living in a trailer, eating burgers, every day in the morning, and I didn't have food to eat, and I was very poor. And suddenly, I got the system, or I read this ebook, or I met this person, and it changed my life, and now I'm making money out of that."
Yeah.
So be aware of those scams, and don't invest with those guys at all.
There's one going around on Facebook that a new friend will tell you, and I put out an alert because I realized all of a sudden it's the Facebook lottery. It's like, "Oh, your name was on the list. I got $500,000 in the Facebook lottery. Did you, have you got your money yet?"
Okay.
And I thought, "Yeah, no."
Okay.
Not, and I deleted
I need
that
to tell
person.
you a very real incident of my life with Facebook, and this happened last year. It was not somebody hacking my account, but somebody created a duplicate account with my picture on it, and he started adding friends, all of my friends, and started sending out them emails and like messages saying that there is a lottery. Did you win this lottery? Same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
Same thing. And then all my friends, they all got back to me saying like, "What the hell is happening, Vivek? Why are you sending out this stuff?" Like even my brother sent me that, and I said, "Okay, I don't know about this." So the first step you need to take is you contact Facebook, send them an email with the link of that particular profile that is a fake profile, and they will delete it.
Is there any way you can tell if a profile is fake? I mean, other than like the pictures all look like stock photos. Is that, is there a proven technique?
Well, the thing is, once you post something online and it's a selfie, it's in the public domain. So you have to be very cautious when you create a profile on Facebook or on any of the social media network. Remember that there are spammers out there who are helping, fake companies get a lot of likes, right? So people can get fake likes, they can get, fake followers, right? And how they're getting these fake followers? Somebody must be creating profiles, right? Fake profiles, and that's how they're getting fake likes. So how these fake profiles are created, there's a very simple way how they do it. They have a software, they will go and map all the Facebook accounts, take the pictures, selfies, whatever you're posting in there, and they will create similar accounts like yours without you even knowing about it. And then they will start liking. So someday you might find your own profile somewhere else in I don't know,
A good reason to
Egypt.
search yourself. You should search your own name, shouldn't you, regularly? It used to be considered a vain thing to do. Now I think it's just practical.
They might change the name too. They don't care.
Well, it's just like, checking every once in a while with the credit companies.
Right.
To
Right.
see what your profile is, to make sure, because some people have had some big surprises, including me years ago, finding out I had 12 children and had immigrated from Botswana and, had been married 3 times and, because every time somebody applies under your name with your ID, it changes your profile. So it's a good thing to check.
Yeah.
Even if you don't think that there's anything wrong, you should check, just
Never
to make
hurts
sure.
to Google yourself.
Absolutely.
Go
Yeah.
Google yourself. Listen, you have a back to school offer going on, even though, maybe for people in BC you'd want to listen up because now you can go back
Yeah,
to
that's
school,
right.
hopefully. Tell us about that offer.
Well, the thing is, we are offering for Vincify.com, that is a platform where you can go and build your own website.
Mm-hmm.
We are offering $117 per year plan for life. It's a lifetime offer. So you pay the same amount all your life.
And includes hosting and domain name, which alone, those together can cost, $150 and up.
Plus,
Okay,
it has
and-
the interface too to
Right.
design your website.
And that's offer is valid until September 30th.
Yes,
Okay.
And if they have a problem, they can call you
Yeah.
anytime.
to fix if
Yeah.
they're being, what is it?
Blackmailed or
Blackmailed or scammed or whatever.
Yes, you can just go and email to info@VOOFA.ca and we will help you with that.
That's wonderful.
Okay, when we come back, thank you gentlemen for coming in, we
Thank you.
are going to hear from Catherine Mansour through Timothy Walker on Capital Connection. This is a story about a woman who was told many, 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 many times that she would never succeed. Well, now she's singing a different tune. Stay with us here at What She Said on Canada Talks.